Mike Barlack here to entertain you with the help of Yip Harburg. Ding dong, my father's dead. My male feminist father's dead. He's not, but this was something I scripted back when I thought he was, and I was surprised at myself at some emotions I was feeling. So I wrote all this shit down, and I got to get it out there. Ding dong, my father's dead. But don't worry, 'cause I'm alright. Don't nobody worry about me. Oh wait, that's Kenny Loggins. Anyways, so this is script. I'm going to be sometimes speaking in past tense because this is what I was feeling when I honestly thought the guy was dead for a couple of weeks. Not only am I thankful for the videos of my father before his death, to the world, but thankful for the years of footage I have yet to share on this platform via time travel. Any long-time viewers of my stuff? And whether people watch them or not, I'm going to share them eventually. There's a lot of it too. All the time I was recording while he was preaching his anti-American rhetoric. I actually have footage of, we're watching the video from Dave Matthews Band, Gravedigger, and I commented about the torn and tattered American flag in the footage. About I said, who tore up that American flag? All of a sudden you hear my father chanting in the background, "Kill Americans! Kill Americans! Yeah, they should kill Americans!" And I thought, what the f... Yeah, I agree, as long as they start with you first. And I said that. You'll see in the tape when I share it. And the time that he met my brother-in-law, and, don't call me American, don't insult my intelligence. That was another thing, that he said, and I have footage of it. And when he met my brother-in-law, he's like, "What are you?" And my brother-in-law was like, "A regular American." "Yeah, but what kind?" My father said, "What kind?" "Just a regular American." And my father walked away, "As long as you ain't no Jew." And then he goes on, "Yeah, we don't like Jews and we don't like niggers in this family." And I say in the tape to my brother-in-law, when he says "we," he's referring to himself and all his imaginary friends. Yeah, again, at the time I said, maybe it's the blood clog that was making him act and think this way. Had he lived, which he did, maybe he might have been able to think more thoroughly and clearly about the words coming out of his mouth. But yeah, I honestly and wholeheartedly did not expect this feeling of emotional and psychological weight lifted off my shoulders, my heart and mind, at this male feminist loser's death. Which I kind of am still free now, just having experienced it emotionally, thinking that he was dead. It was like God's way, who eventually he is going to die, and it'll be God's way of telling me, let this burden go, Mike, I got this now. He was only a big headache to many, myself included, in his life. His own mother, my grandmother, no doubt in my mind, till this day, the stress of dealing with him contributed to her own passing. I even, if he had passed away, I had no intention of going to the funeral, and I expressed it too to I look at it this way. He cost me a fortune in life. There's no way in hell I'm going to let his death cost me 1 penny. And that's how I felt. It was a relief for me. Of course, he always has to have things his way. He bought some sort of insurance, so now they got to ship his body in a refrigerator so he can go be buried where he wants to be buried. And I got a 15-year-old car that I cannot, rely on for long trips, and I got to sit there and be burdened with that headache? No, I don't think so. I'll stay home. I'll say my prayers to God and my goodbyes that way. But I am thankful to God that I was able to get some public videos on YouTube out there so the world might have some idea of the 6 years of hell that I and my sisters had to deal with. but it makes sense that his death would, his eventual death will be a relief to me, because my whole life he always, he always made me feel like I was a burden to him. So his whole life was about his convenience, what he wanted. We were just his kids. He couldn't make it easy on us kids and just cremate his dumb ass locally. No, he couldn't do that. Had to be what he wants, all the way to the end. Now, I already made this point on that other video I made in the car a week or so ago, about how that his death at the time, when I actually thought he was dead, I said, this is how my mother must have felt when she divorced his ass. And with that, I promised quite a while back that this letter he sent me, that I would open it here on this platform for the first time, that he sent me before he went to the hospital, before the neurologist had to drill the hole in his head and whatnot. So now I'm going to read the letter. Probably going to be like one of his many letters I've gotten over the years from him. Oh, to my surprise, it's only one page long, instead of 45 pages saying the same thing over and over again. Do this and do that and do this for me. I love you so much. Remember to do this for me. Okay, I took a minute to read it myself. Now I'm going to read it on here. Back from May of this year. Mike, the family and I have been wondering how long it's going to be till you see us again. You know, Uncle Pete wants to hear from you, and so does Michelle and me, and please write us if you don't want to see... Well, his penmanship has improved. I'll give him that. If you don't want to see me for a while, send me Annie's papers. I need them for next year or two so she can have puppies. I should have that house to rent by then. Same old song and dance. Planning for things that never happen. P.S. How you doing? I saw some of the YouTube videos you did, and so did Uncle Pete. P.S. You know we can still see each other and just not talk about you know what. All my love, your dad, Paul. Same old song and dance. Nothing new, nothing. All about effort to get what he wants. Or just saying whatever he's got to say to get what he wants. Well, I've given myself an emotional divorce from that obligation. Well, he didn't pass away, but an aunt of mine did, and I will be going to a funeral tomorrow for that. I was glad a couple weeks ago, not last weekend, but the prior weekend, I went and visited her with another aunt of mine, and I opted to stay an extra hour by myself to visit and talk with her, and I'm certainly glad I did that. I did make her laugh with a George Carlin joke, the one about, if I'm ever comatose, just pull the plug on my ass. Fuck that! Leave my plug plugged in. Matter of fact, get an extension cord for my plug. I made my aunt laugh at that one, so that was cool. I got a first-hand, visual of what's really going on in the medical staff these days. Yeah, there was only one nurse on staff doing everything, and my aunt was a little irritable because they hadn't gotten her lunch, and a nurse was apologizing in tears and everything. I'm the only one here, blah blah blah, and yeah, it's just probably. I mean, this nurse obviously was just starting out. Obviously, the nurse had health issues of their own. This person was proportionately a large person for their height, put it nicely. So this person obviously. But I think I got first eye visual of what's really going on in the medical profession with the lack of staff and everything now. Alright, well, when I'm rested, I'm probably going to make a longer video tomorrow morning before I go to the funeral. After my brain has gotten some quality sleep. And I got a stack of papers and stuff that I've been wanting to talk about. And I'm just going to make a rant video talking about it all. But I'll just end this one with a joke. You ever see a cute but crazy female and you just want the crazy out of her? Well, that always backfires, though. She ends up even more crazy, and now you have to fear for your long-term well-being. Mike Fairlack, thank you for your time.